Alright, so we're on part 3 of this remote start. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to remove this bottom panel right here. I'm going to show you the wires that are underneath here that we need to access to install the main ignition harness for the remote start. Take you over here and show you what needs to be done. Alright, we have a few bolts that we need to remove. There's 7mm and there's 4 of them. Okay, so I'm going to remove those now. Now that I've removed the 4 bolts, this just has some snap pins up here. I'm just going to pull it down like that. Same thing over here. Okay, now I'm just going to pull this side down like that. Now I can get behind here. Okay, I got that side down. Now this side should just pull down. This little vent right here should just snap out like that. And then this right here, you just got to twist it. Alright, so this is a little tricky right here. We're removing this the release brake. There's a little pin underneath here. I kind of need 2 hands to film that. I'll show you when I get it off. Alright, so I wanted to show you how to remove this brake release. There's a little clip on this side. There's also one on the other side. Okay. What you have to do is you have to push this in. What I found works best is just a flat screwdriver. Get in there like this and just kind of pry on it and pop it loose, and then do the same thing on the other side. But then you just have to twist this whole thing to remove it from the inside of that bezel. Now I can just set this back panel in the back of the truck there on the back seat, so it's out of the way. Now I want to remove these 4 10mm bolts. There's 2 there and 2 right here. I'm just going to remove this panel. The next item we need to remove is this little bracket right here. Got 2 7mm bolts that we're going to remove and take that bracket out. Okay, remove those bolts and just take this bracket out. Alright, so this is the wiring harness that we're after, is right here. We've got this loom up here, so we're just going to kind of cut it open so that we can access all these wires here. Okay, just going to remove this cover right here to access that wiring. Well, there you go. And we're going to tap into some of these wires here. Okay, so we got you mounted up underneath the dash here. I want to kind of show you how to do this. So the way I connect on a remote start is I'll take my little razor blade and I'll just kind of trim the plastic or the insulation. I'm going to do a little cut like that and then come up about 1 inch. Okay, then I'm going to make 1 slice right down the middle. And as you see, my blade is really small, okay? And then just use your razor blade to kind of pick back the insulation. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. On a remote start, it's pretty important that you don't actually break the wires or use like a T-tap or something like that. So now I've got the insulation off. Now I'm just going to take a hook tool, put it right in the middle, and then I just want to separate these wires. Okay, so it basically looks like that. Okay, you can kind of see that. All right, and then when I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to strip back my wire, and I believe this is my pink one. Let me double check here, make sure I got the right ignition. All right, actually it was not the pink. It is my red with white stripe is going to connect to the brown. And what I do is I just take this wire and I just shove it through the hole like so. Okay, and then I just wrap it around it, close the wire off, wrap it around. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the way for you guys. Wrap it around like that, okay? So it looks similar to that. Then I'm going to tape that with black tape, and then I'm going to put some zip tie over that. Okay, now I wrap that black tape around it, electrical tape. Now, and really important, when you do that, you want to pull it as tight as you can so that tape is really tight to help pinch that wire against the other wire, okay? Then from there, we're just going to put a zip tie over it and close it up. Put a zip tie right over the knot, and then cut that, and that connection is done. Now I'll go through and do all the other connections, and I'll come right back in a minute.